The Chilling Hour, Episode 1, The Vanishing Keepers. Welcome to The Chilling Hour. I'm Brandon, your host, and every Friday I'll bring you strange and creepy stories. Not too scary, but just enough to keep you thinking about them. So turn off the lights, get comfortable, and let's get into it. Tonight's story is a real-life mystery that has never been solved. 3 men, a lonely island, a lighthouse that should have been shining bright but was in complete darkness. When help arrived, the men were gone. No bodies, no signs of what happened, just gone. This story is about the Ravens Watch lighthouse keepers and their disappearance. Chapter 1, A Lonely Lighthouse. It happened in December of 1900s on a small island off the coast of Scotland known as Ravens Watch. The island had no people, no houses, just a lighthouse. 3 men worked there: Henry Gray, Sam Howe, and Will Marsh. Their job was simple: keep the light shining so ships wouldn't crash. They lived alone, miles from anyone. The only time they saw people was when a boat came every 2 weeks with food and supplies. Other than that, it was just them, the ocean, and the wind. On December 26th, a supply ship called the Ravens Watch supply ship arrived. But something was wrong. The light, which should have been shining, was off. That was bad news. A dark lighthouse meant danger for ships. The captain knew something was wrong. Where were the keepers? The men on the boat waited for someone to come out and wave, but no one did. The captain sent a man named Joseph Moore to check it out. He rowed to the island alone. As soon as he stepped on the shore, he felt very uneasy. It was quiet, too quiet. No birds, no movement, just the sound of waves crashing against the rocks. Moore walked up to the lighthouse and knocked on the door. No answer. He turned the handle. It was unlocked. Chapter 2, A Creepy Scene Inside. Inside the lighthouse, it was empty. The first strange thing. The clock on the wall had stopped ticking. Then he saw the kitchen table. It was set for meal plates, cups, and even leftover food. But no one had eaten it. It was as if they'd gotten up in the middle of eating and never came back. Even stranger, 2 of the men's coats were missing, but the 3rd coat still hanging on the wall. Why would one man go outside in bad weather with no coat? That didn't make sense. Moore searched every room. No blood, no signs of a fight, nothing. It was like the men had just disappeared into thin air. Then he found something very, very creepy. The Lighthouse Logbook. Chapter 3, The Last Words. The logbook was there. The men wrote down their daily notes. The last few entries were weird. December 12th, they wrote about a terrible storm. Wild winds, huge waves, the log said. That one of the men, Will Marsh, was crying. Now, these were tough men. They had worked in storms before. Why would one of them be crying? December 13th, in their own words, the storm was still raging. The log said all 3 of the men were praying for their lives. December 14th, the last entry, it read, the storm has passed, the sea is calm, God is over all. That would make sense, except for one thing, there was no storm. Weather records from that week show clear skies, no bad weather at all. So why were the men so scared? And what were they praying about? Investigators searched the whole island. No footprints leading away. No wreckage. The only clue, a single rope hanging from rocks, tied in a strange way, almost like something or someone had climbed up from the sea. Chapter 4. What really happened? So what happened to the three men? One theory is a giant wave hit the island and swept them out to sea. But if that were true, why was one coat still inside? And why was the clock stopped? Another idea. One of the men went crazy. Maybe they fought. Maybe one killed. Maybe the others. But again, there was no blood. No signs of struggle. Just emptiness. And then there's the creepiest theory. Some believe the island is cursed. That something lives there. Locals say people have seen strange lights in the sky, heard voices in the wind, and even seen shadows moving in the fog. And here's the scariest part. Years later, other lighthouse keepers said they heard whispers at night, voices calling their name. But when they looked, no one was there. Ghost, a sea monster, or something we can't explain. We may never know. So what do you think happened to the Ravens Watch lighthouse keepers? Did the sea take them, or was it something else? That is for the episode of The Chilling Hour. If you like the story, make sure you come back next Friday for another creepy mystery. Until the end, keep your lights on and don't let the shadows fool you.